Hello, everybody. Good evening. A very warm welcome to another live session brought to you by Leap Scholar. How are all of you doing today? So, I am sure you can see on the screen two of my favorite topics, grammar and vocabulary, and how they play a role in IELTS and how to improve them in a short time, in a very, very short duration. Because let's be honest, guys, all of us want to go in January 2023. So we don't have a lot of time, isn't it? Okay. So before I begin, let me quickly introduce myself. So my name is Deeksha Mehta, and I am a master trainer here at Leap Scholar. I have taught for more than 3,000 hours, and more than 20,000 of my students have achieved their required bands. I'm so happy to have such a beautiful figure. In fact, actually, this figure is from last month. So I have to check now. I'm sure this number must have increased. So let me check. And I want you also to join this number. I want this number, my number, to grow really soon. Now, I am trained to teach IELTS, TOEFL, and spoken English, and I have got my training from IDP and British Council both. So rest assured, you are in safe hands. All right, guys. So let's begin today's session. But before we begin today's session, some of us may be curious that do I need to practice or do I need to improve my grammar? Maybe you feel that my grammar is already fine and I'm not sure like what band is my grammar at. So am I at a band 6? Am I at a band 7? What kind of band can I get in my grammar? So let's do one thing. Let's understand how and why is it important. First of all, why is it important to improve your grammar, right? So guys, grammar can save your band score, and not just your band score, but even your life. Do you want to see how? All right, let's look at this example. So look at both the sentences. Let's eat grandma. Let's eat grandma. What is the difference, guys, in both the sentences? The second one, exactly. Why? Why is the first one wrong? Can somebody explain? What is wrong with the first one? Exactly. In the first one, I would be considered a cannibal, somebody who eats human beings. I love my grandma. I don't want to eat her. Right. So use commas and save poor grandma, isn't it? So as you can see that commas can be the difference between life and death. That is how important grammar can be. Imagine you're talking to the examiner and you make a blunder like this. So it's definitely going to impact your band score. Now let us understand how much practice do you need in grammar and how to do that, right? How to do that in a short period of time. Because those of you who are going in January, we don't have so much time to prepare for grammar, isn't it? I have other things in life. I have my job, my college. So I'm sure you can understand, and we do not have that much time. Let us understand how much do you need to work on your grammar with a quiz. What do you say? Shall we take a quick grammar quiz to understand what scale are we at? And then how many answers you got correct? We will try and calculate your score based on that. Okay, so let's look at 10 questions. Let's begin the grammar quiz. I am going to show you sentences. You need to spot the error. So first tell me, is there an error? And if yes, what is it? First sentence, the little girl spoke so quiet that I could hardly hear her. What do you think? Is this correct or it needs some work? Okay, so there is one error, guys. What is that error? Can you tell me? Okay, guys, let us look at the word spoke. What is spoke? What part of speech is it? Is it a noun? Is it a verb? Is it an adjective? Is it an adverb? What is it? Speak is a noun. No, speak is a very good. It's a verb. So if I want to describe a verb, I need to use an adverb. So look at the adverb they have used. Is quiet an adverb? Or is it an adjective? Think, the room is quiet. That is an adjective. Can you please tell me what is the adverb form of quiet? What is the adverb? Usually we put ly. Very good, excellent. So what does my first sentence should have been? Little girl spoke so quietly. Okay. All of you who got it right, you can put 1 point. 1 point to your scorebook. Just write 1 point. Okay, high five, virtual high five as well. Good job done. Next question. Each driver should check the oil level in their car every 3 months. This is a very common error. I have seen even advanced level speakers make this error. Let's see if you can spot it. Okay, let me give you a hint then. Who is the subject of this sentence? Who is doing the action? Driver, right? Now, can you look at the pronoun which is being used? Is this correct? Each driver there. Is it correct? Do you think it is matching the subject, the pronoun? So each driver is singular, isn't it? So what pronoun should I use? Exactly. I need to use a singular pronoun. Very good. So why do we make this error? Why? Because we don't know the gender. So to keep it neutral, what we do is we put there. But grammatically, it is not correct. So please make sure that when you're saying each driver, it should be in his car or in his or her car. All right, let's move forward. Okay, everybody who got this question correct, so the two people in the first go, right? This question put 2 marks. All right, this was a difficult one. Okay, let's move forward. You get 2 marks for this question. Each driver is correct, Yash. There is nothing wrong with each. Each driver is also correct. Every driver is also correct. There's nothing wrong with either. All right, next question. I hated to ask Anita, who is a very stingy person, to lend me money. Exactly. So look at who is a very stingy person. Do you think this is important information? Even if I leave this information out, let's say if I erase this information, does the sentence still make sense? I hated asking Anita to lend me money. Yes, that means it is not essential. The information is not essential. So I need to put commas. The commas are missing before who and after who. 2 commas need to be there. All right, let's move forward. Next question. She decided to quit her high pressure job. She didn't want to develop heart trouble. All right, so what is the error in this question? Look at both the parts of this sentence. This part, she decided to quit her high pressure job. Is this a complete sentence? Is this sentence making sense? Just the first half? Yes, right? And what if I look at this second half separately, independently? Is it making complete sense? She didn't want to develop heart trouble. Is it a complete sentence? Yes, it is. So my question is, can I join 2 complete sentences with a comma? Can I do that? Absolutely not. That is what full stops are for. After a complete sentence, I put a full stop. So I can never join 2 complete sentences with a comma. I will have to either put a full stop. The easiest thing is to put a full stop here, right? I need to put a full stop here. Or what I can do is I can put a semicolon. Both of these sentences are related. They're related, connected with each other. So I can use a semicolon here. I can put a comma and a conjunction. The conjunction is missing. So for example, I can say comma for she didn't want to develop heart trouble. Or I can use another conjunction. For example, because. So remove the comma and write just because. Because she didn't, or somebody said as, that is also correct. As she didn't want to develop heart trouble. So any conjunction or a coordinating conjunction or a semicolon or a full stop, but never a comma. If you put a comma here, it becomes a comma splice. Okay. Yes, since is also correct. Because, as, since, any conjunction is fine. Let's move forward to the next question. Next question, question number 5. The flakes in the cereal tastes like sawdust. So, what is the subject of this sentence? Easy one. Who is the subject of this sentence? Cereal. Are we talking about the cereal or are we talking about the flakes? What is tasting like sawdust? It is the flakes. So flakes are Plural. And what verb am I going to use with a plural word? Flakes. Taste. Very good. Taste like sawdust. Remember, whenever you have a preposition in, the subject is going to be before the preposition. So the correct answer would be flakes taste like sawdust. Great job, everyone. Let's move forward. Next question. Quickly, let's do the next question. This essay discusses about the reasons of air pollution and some suggestions to prevent them. What do you think? Is there any error or is it correct? All right, guys, let's look at the verb discuss. What is the meaning of discuss? Discuss means to talk about. So, do I need to use the preposition about with discuss? What do you think? Is it needed? Is the word about, can it be used with the word discuss? Never, never, ever, ever. We are never going to use both of these words together. Let us cross it out. And you can make a tattoo on your wrist. Just write a tattoo on your wrist, write discuss about, and then cross about from there. All right. It's a sin. It's a sin if you are writing discuss about. Let us not do that in the IELTS exam. One of the most common errors in essays. All right. Let's move forward. Next question. Next question. One second. Let me quickly turn to the next question. All right. Question number 6. Much of my boyhood was devoted to getting into rock fights, crossing railway trestles, and the hunt for rats in drainage tunnels. All right, guys, I'm going to give you a hint, the rest of us. Do you think hunt is correct here? Okay, so let us read the sentence. Much of my boyhood was devoted to getting into, crossing railway trestles, and look at these verbs. The gerunds are used. ING form. ING, ING. Right. So imagine if I say I like playing, dancing, and eat. Can I say and eat? No, right? I need to say hunting for rats in the hunt, remove the hunt, and you need to write hunting for. Okay. Excellent. Let us quickly move forward to the next question. Question number 6. Turning on the ignition, the car backfired. On is not required. On is required. All right, hint. I'm going to show you another sentence similar and we'll understand what is the issue. All right. Okay. Let us look at this question. For example, eating a cake, the table got dirty. What is wrong? Eating a cake, the table got dirty. Who is eating the cake? Who is eating the cake, guys? It makes no sense, right? Why? Because who is eating the cake? I. But I have not mentioned the subject anywhere. So is the table eating the cake? It sounds like the table is eating the cake. Isn't it? So here, what does it look like? Who is turning on the ignition? It looks like the car is turning on the ignition. Can the car turn on the ignition? No. So, can you rectify this for me? The subject is not clear. Who is turning on the ignition? I am, but it's not written in the sentence. So, I need to write that. So, turning on the ignition, comma, I realized that the car backfired. Whenever you are beginning the sentence with a gerund, noun phrase, right? Whenever you're beginning it with turning on, ing form, be careful with the subject. Make sure you mention the subject of the sentence in the sentence. Yes, when I turned on the ignition, yeah, you have removed the gerund, but the sentence is now correct. Or for example, you can also, write turning on the ignition, comma, I made the car backfire. Because of me, the car backfired, right? So the subject needs to be mentioned there. Okay, next question, quickly. 8th question, let's do it. I asked the clerk if If the store had Michael Jackson's latest CD. Easy one now. It's a punctuation error. Check for the punctuation. So which punctuation mark? Whose CD? Whose CD does he want? Jackson CD. So there needs to be an apostrophe here. It has to be Jackson apostrophe S. Isn't it? Can I write Deeksha's CD without the apostrophe? Deeksha's. No, right? I need to put the apostrophe here. I need to say Deeksha apostrophe S. So the apostrophe is missing. Okay, next question. The decisions of the judge seems questionable. The decisions are seeming questionable. So decisions are plural. So what verb am I going to use? It has to be a plural verb. That means decisions seem questionable. Very good. All right, let's move forward. Last question. Anybody who wants more dessert should give their order to the pastry chef. Then we'll do vocabulary after this. So guys, we discussed this error at the beginning. We have already discussed this error, the first error that we discussed, if you remember. Who wants dessert? In this sentence, who is the subject? Who wants dessert? Anybody. And anybody is singular or plural? Anybody is singular. Singular. So what pronoun do I use with singular? Do I use there? Is there singular? We discussed this. Once again, no. What I need to say is should give his or her order. All right, his or her order to the pastry chef. Let us have a look. What is the difference between the speaking and writing vocabulary? What do you think? What kind of vocabulary should I use in speaking? What should I use in writing? Can you give me some idea? What is the difference between speaking words and writing words? Variation means difference. What kind of difference is there? In writing, I need to use formal vocabulary. What does formal vocabulary mean? Let me give you an example. For example, in speaking, if you are saying to get something, what can I say in writing? A formal word. So instead of get, what can I say? Obtain. Very good. What about to check? To check. Instead of check, I can use a formal word. For example, to assess. Then to start. Instead of start, what can I say? I can say to commence. And instead of the word end, what can I say? A more formal word. Terminate. Very good. So yes, vocabulary is not just about uncommon words. It is also about using formal words in the writing module. Okay, what else, guys? Apart from formal and informal, what else is there? Okay, what about idioms? What about idioms, guys? Can I use idioms everywhere? No, in the writing module, I should never use idioms. But in speaking, I must use idioms. For example, raining cats and dogs, pouring buckets, I'm on seventh heaven, I'm on the cloud nine, right? These, not my cup of tea, all of these are idioms. Okay, what about phrasal verbs? Can I use phrasal verbs everywhere? Can I use phrasal verbs everywhere? No, not in writing. Avoid phrasal verbs in writing. What are phrasal verbs? For example, turn on. The word turn on. Right? The word keep on. The word keep an eye on. The word look after someone. So all of these I cannot use in the writing module. These are phrasal verbs. Speak up, very good. Speak up, put off, turn off, switch off. Absolutely correct. Okay, what about contractions? Can I write don't with an apostrophe in the writing module? No, exactly. So no contractions in the writing module. All right. And what about personal pronouns? I, me, we, us. No, I cannot use personal pronouns in the writing module. Right? Also, slangs. Informal words or slangs. Slangs such as gonna, wanna, homie, bro, folks. all of this. This should not be there anywhere. And informal words like reckon, rookie, folks, these words should not be there in writing. Also, can I use abbreviations, government, MNC, and? Can I use that in writing? So, absolutely not. So, those are a few differences in the speaking and writing module. There are a lot of more things which go in speaking. Okay, I want you to screenshot these questions and do these on your own. All right, so I want you to find the errors in these questions. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.